Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. It is very important for you to know how to use the score, the percentile that you have, the rank that you likely to get based on the percentile that you got, and how do you go about choosing a branch versus college. Because ultimately all the objective that we all have is to ensure that we get a good job in a good company at a good salary. These are three objectives that many students have, and this particular video I'm going to show you or expose to you the kind of data that we have and what it tells you about the kind of at what rank, what salary you're likely to get if you make the right choice. So we are now linking not just the branch and the college, we are taking it from the rank that you have to the kind of salary that you're likely to get if you use the rank very, very well. And how do you optimize the rank to get the best salary? That's the complete correlation that I'm going to show you now. So watch me very, very carefully about the data that I'm about to present for all of you. And before I move further, please subscribe to BTech 360. Ensure that you use the data that we're supplying to ensure that you optimize the kind of college and branch choices that you make. This is the kind of percentile that you have. At 99.7 percentile, you'll get a 4,500 kind of a rank. 99.5, you'll get about 7,000 plus kind of a rank. 99.5, you'll get about 10,000 kind of a rank. And so 99,000 percentile is about 15,000 rank. 97.5 is 37,503 kind of a rank. And so on and so forth. Up to 91.5, we did that. Why did we go up to 1,27,000? Because across JoSAA Counselling, if you see, across JoSAA Counselling that we see, we are dealing with about 1 lakh plus kind of a seats. So a student who's getting 1,20,000 also has a prospect of getting some branch in one of the NITs, IIITs or GFTIs. Right. So the reason why we went down to up to this 91 percentile is essentially because we should know that you do have a chance of getting into one of the branches in one of the colleges which are appearing through the JoSAA Counselling, because they are all put together about 1,20,000 kind of a seats is what you have through the JoSAA Counselling, and which is where we covered up to 91 percentile here. Right. Now when you look at the kind of placement, and I told you the most important thing for you to understand is what kind of rank will get you what kind of a job and what kind of placement percentage and what kind of placement at a branch level, at a college level, right? Which is what we try to do. So here what we're doing is we're showing you, by the way, before I move further, we also have something called a college predictor. It is called the Career 360 JEE Main 2026 College Predictor. Here now, you can use this tool. At this point in time, it is free. On the day of the result, when it comes in the month of April, we'll make it paid when actually the rank comes in. Today it is free. So use my rank predictor to understand what rank you're likely to get. And based on the rank, input that rank here to understand what college you're likely to get. It is free at this point in time. Otherwise, it's a 1,000 rupee paid product. So use it for your own benefit at this point in time. Right. So here you can actually put the JoSAA Counselling, the JEE Main paper 1 percentile, select your home state, the caste group, the gender and the specially abled and all. And once you put in the details with the OTP number and all, it will generate a college predictor, which essentially is talking about based on your category and your location. It will tell you what colleges and what branches you're likely to get. You can also filter it based on the kind of branch that you want and say, I only want computer sciences, which college will I get? And you'll also get that detail. So you must use this predictor to understand how it goes, right? Now the more important thing about the placements, I keep talking about the placements, how it works. So what we did was, at Career 360, we worked with a lot of institutions, which is IITs, IIITs and NITs, to understand the branch-wise placement. Now, very clearly, we obviously would not have data from every single institution out here, which is NIT, IIIT and IIT, to understand what kind of branch-wise placement that they had. But we did get response from about 23 institutions, which gave us branch-wise placement statistic. This includes the placement percentage at the branch level and the median salary at the branch level, and even an average salary at the branch level. Now, with these three things, when you actually have 23 institutions for which we have data, you can compile to come up with a composite score or a composite index of what are the prospects of a particular branch. Right. So before I move further in terms of what rank will get you which branch and which NIT or which IIIT, it's very important for you to understand the kind of branch-wise placement data and the prospect of the placement percentage itself, the fact that you'll get placed, and assuming you get placed, what kind of salary you'll get, both you'll be able to get here. Now, when you look at that data, for BTech CSE, you actually have the total institutes that you have. We got data. By the way, there are many institutions, possibly every institution is giving CS branch, but we got, feedback from 12 IITs, 9 NITs and 2 IIITs. So in all, we got data from 23 institutions. Now from these 23 institutions, when we look at that, the total placement percentage in CSE is 93.44%. The placement in IITs through CSE is 93.44%. From NITs, it's 89.39%. For IIITs, it is 60.1%, but it is slightly skewed because only 2 are there. It would be about 75-80% is what I believe ultimately, right? So in all, you're dealing with about 81 to 85 percentile placement percentage. So the chances that you will get placed if you were to take a CSE branch in any of the NITs, IIITs and IITs, of course, depending on some of the lower rank NITs and all might get you into a problem, but typically the chances are 85% when you take a sample set of 23 institutions which are out there, which is IITs, NITs and IIITs. And the average CTC, now this is the average of the median salaries, is 25.79 lakh for IITs, 17.98 lakh for NITs and 13.69 lakhs for IIITs. Overall, you're dealing with about 20 lakh rupee salary. So we're dealing with about 85% placement, about 83-84% placement if you correct this number also, and about 20 lakh plus kind of a CSE, salary that you're likely to get if you take CSE as a branch in any of these institutions. It's an average. Again, I'm saying it's an average. Now for chemical engineering, if I have to move further, the total institution count of the 23 that are offering chemical engineering, in IITs it's only 8 and in NIT 6. So here it is 23, but here, because many of the institutions would not be giving a chemical engineering program, right? Now here the placement against registered is 77% here for IITs and 76% for NITs. All put together, we're dealing with an average of the median salary of 14.58 lakh here in IITs and 9.46 lakh in the case of NITs. So we are essentially dealing with 77% placement and 12 lakh rupees being the average salary. Now you look at this is about 40% lower as compared to CSE, right? Now you come down to electrical engineering, right? Electrical engineering, you actually have 13 IITs which are offering electrical engineering and 3 NITs are also offering electrical engineering. The placement percentage is 84.6% for IITs and 87% for NITs. So in all, we're dealing with about 87% kind of a placement rate. The average salary is 20 lakhs for IITs and 11.24 for NITs. In all, 17.65 lakh is the average salary. What you're looking at this point in time is a branch strength. Everything is not comparison 1-to-1. So what we're looking at is about 17.65 lakh as the average of the median salary across the electrical engineering branch. So you're dealing with now 82% placement here and 20 lakh rupees, 77% placement here and 12 lakh rupees for chemical, and for electrical it is 87% placement at 17.65 lakh rupees, right? Now moving further to the other branches, right? Let's come to mechanical engineering branch. In mechanical, you're dealing with, we had data from 12 IITs and 8 NITs. Of course, IIITs don't give the core engineering branches, right? The placement percentage here is 84% for IITs, 82% for NITs. Between the two, the average salary is 15 lakh for IITs, 10 lakh for this, and the average salary is 12.75 lakh. And the placement percentage is 83%. For civil engineering, the institution that we are offering it is about 18 of them, for which we have data. Many are offering it. Again, I repeat that. The placement percentage is 72% in IITs, 72% in NITs also. The average CTC, average of the median salaries, is 11.78 for IITs, 9.5 for NITs, overall is 10.52 lakh. Right? This seems to be the lowest at this point in time. Now coming to ECE engineering, right? For ECE, we actually have data from, again, 3 IITs and 9 NITs and 1 IIIT also is offering an ECE branch, right? Here the placement percentage against registered is 88.2% for IITs, 77.18% for NITs, 54.84% for IIITs, overall 80% is the placement rate for ECE branch. Now, what is the average of the median salary? 22.85 lakh for IITs, 15.94 for NITs, 13.66 for the IIIT that we have data. Overall, we're talking of 17.82 lakh as the average of the median salary across these 13 institutions. For BTech EEE, we're talking of 5 NITs for which we actually have data. 77.81% is the placement, 12 lakh is the average salary, which is what it is here also, right? And for BTech mining engineering, we actually have data from 1 IIT and 3 NITs. The placement percentage is 77% in IITs, 77% again in NITs. The average of the median salary is 11.52 lakh for IITs and 10.11 for NITs, overall 10.73 lakh. Now, why am I explaining all these things? The choice that you'll make once you have the rank is whether I join this particular institution at this particular branch or choose a branch which has the highest outcome, and then maybe compromising on the institution. So the question is whether you compromise on the institution and take a better branch, or compromise on the branch and take a better institution. For me, when I look at this data, the choice is very, very clear. You always will compromise on an institution, but take the best branch possible, because the branch gets you a placement and not necessarily the institution. There are IITs also, the best IIT Madras, Bombay and Delhi also have unplaced students in some branches. Whereas the big NITs and IIITs don't have very few people who are unplaced when they're taking a certain branch. It can be CSE or AA or data or those kind of things. They don't have unplaced students or have lesser number of unplaced students. And the average of the median salary also is very, very high as compared to this one. So very important for you to play this very, very wisely with information, with data, so that you take the most optimal decision. The choice that you have in your hand is how do you optimize the rank that you have in terms of the choices that you make. The choice must be optimized to what your end outcome that you're looking for. Of course, if you want to get onto a particular branch, it is your choice, it's your call. You want to get into one core engineering branch, it is absolutely your choice, and you must do that because you like it and you want to be a part of it. But if the outcome that you're looking for is a good salary in a good company and a good role, then you should optimize these choices not based on the best institution that you're likely to get, but based on the best program or the best course that will get you the best outcome that you want ultimately. And that is the whole explanation I'm trying to give you here. Now, what I'm going to talk to you now is, if you have a rank band of between 10,000 and 20,000, what kind of colleges you will get and what branches you will get. And we're talking of the highest closing cutoff rank, open category, JoSAA Counselling is what we're talking of, and we're talking about 2025 data. If the seats increase by a bit here and there, that might also change a bit, please understand that. But we're talking of outside the home state category, 10 to 10,000 rank, JoSAA Counselling, and what institution you'll get between NITs and IIITs is what I'm going to show you here. But remember, what I showed you just now, very important for you to know how to use your rank, your percentile, your rank, to decide the branch or the college is a big choice that you make, and here you must make a very intelligent choice and not a popular choice. A lot of people try to make a popular choice of getting into the best institution and choose a branch which doesn't have any student outcome, and that is where they start struggling, and that is what I want you to. And I hope you subscribe to BTech 360. Please do that right now while I show you the data. Look at NIT Kurukshetra, BTech Mathematics and Computing, you'll get a 10,265. Remember, there is already a video that I've done of 1 to 10,000 rank. Now I'm talking of 10,000 to 20,000 band is what we're talking about here, right? Then we have NIT Surat, 10,306 is the rank, closing rank that you have. And this is the highest closing rank for this particular branch in this particular college. Outside the home state is what we're referring to. NIT Nagpur, BTech EC you will get at 10,545 was the highest closing rank last year. NIT Roorkela, BTech Electrical Engineering you will get, highest closing rank last year was 10,623 outside the home state. NIT Surat, BTech AI you will get, this is a very good program. 10,721 is the highest closing rank outside home state. NIT Delhi, BTech EC you will get, 10,909 was the highest closing rank outside home state. NIT Trichy, BTech Instrumentation and Control Engineering, 11,047 is the highest closing rank outside home state. B.R. Ambedkar, NIT Jalandhar, BTech CSE you will get, this is a very good thing, 11,260. So there are chances that you have that you might actually prefer this one as compared to something, say an instrumentation or something, if your option or if your choice is that you want to get into a good company for a good job. If you're interested in instrumentation, please go ahead and do that. IIIT Lucknow, BTech CS and Business, 11,292 is the rank that you'll get for AI, right? You will get at this rank. Now AI is all India, by the way. So IIIT Lucknow, BTech Computer Science and Business, we actually have the all India quota, all India rank what we are talking of. So we are talking of everything out here. 11,292 is what you will need. Again for IIIT, remember the reason why for IIITs we actually talk of all India rank and not outside the home state is only in NITs you have the reservation of 50% for the home state and beyond the home state. For IIITs you don't have that. That is the reason why you deal with AI here, which is all India rank, all India quota, whatever you call it. IIIT Lucknow, BTech IT you will get at 11,416, all India quota. Right, Motilal MNIT, Allahabad, Prayagraj, BTech Electrical Engineering you will get at 11,665 outside the home state, so because NIT. Atal Bihari Vajpayee Institute, IIIT, BTech Mathematics and Scientific Computing you will get 11,710, all India, right. NIT Calicut, BTech Electrical and Electronics Engineering you will get, EEE, 11,727 is the highest closing rank outside the home state. NIT Trichy, BTech Chemical Engineering you will get 11,935 outside home state. NIT Surathkal, BTech Mechanical you will get 11,950 outside home state. NIT Kurukshetra BTech ECE you will get 12,163 outside home state. SVNIT Surat BTech and MTech in AI you will get 12,251 outside home state. MNNIT Allahabad BTech Engineering and Computational Mechanics you will get 12,340 is the highest closing rank outside home state. NIT Kurukshetra BTech and MTech, this integrated program for ECE you will get 12,384 is the highest closing rank outside home state. NIT Hamirpur BTech and CSE you will get 12,586 outside home state. NIT Silchar BTech CSE you will get 12,665 outside home state. NIT Jamshedpur BTech ECE you will get 12,868 outside the home state. So we're talking of the outside home state only for NITs at this point in time. Only when IIITs come in, we talk of all India, right? NIT Delhi BTech and BLSA Design and Technology will get 12,972 OHS. Punjab Engineering College Chandigarh. Now this is not an NIT because it's union territory. You'll get into the whole thing, right? BTech CSE will get 13,234 OHS. NIT Durgapur BTech in Mathematics and Computing you'll get 13,340 OHS outside home state. NIT Delhi BTech in Aerospace Engineering 13,389 is the highest closing rank last year OHS. Atal Bihari Vajpayee IIIT and Management Gwalior BTech and MTech IT you will get, it's an integrated program, 13,473 was the highest closing rank last year and all India. NIT Karnataka Surathkal BTech in Chemical Engineering 13,477 was the highest closing rank outside home state. PEC Chandigarh BTech and CSE AI 13,496 OHS outside home state. NIT Raipur BTech CSE you will get 13,559 is the highest closing rank outside the home state quota. NIT Goa BTech CSE you will get 13,640 outside home state quota. NIT Durgapur BTech ECE you will get 13,888 OHS outside home state quota. NIT Kurukshetra BTech Robotics and Automation will get 13,940 OHS quota. NIT Warangal BTech Mechanical you will get 14,037 outside home state quota. And we are talking of the highest closing rank last year. SVNIT Surat BTech ECE you will get 14,086 OHS. Maulana Azad NIT Bhopal BTech ECE 14,205 OHS. NIT Hamirpur BTech and MTech CSE dual degree program 14,474 OHS. BR Ambedkar NIT Jalandhar BTech IT you will get 14,615 OHS. MNIT Jaipur BTech Electrical Engineering you will get 14,665 OHS. PDPM IIIT Design and Manufacturing Jabalpur BTech CSE you will get 14,787 all India because this is a IIIT. BR Ambedkar NIT Jalandhar BTech Data Science and Engineering you will get 14,814 outside home state. Maulana Azad NIT Bhopal BTech and MTech Mathematics and Data Science. This is a very good program. So keep looking at this very closely. 14,961 rank you will get it OHS. When you deal with 14,961 rank, we are dealing with 99 percentile. When we deal with 14,000, 15,000 kind of a rank, we are dealing with the 99 percentile is what we are looking at. NIT Patna BTech and CSE will get 14,996 OHS. BR Ambedkar NIT Jalandhar BTech Mathematics and Computing you will get 15,002 was the highest closing rank last year OHS. NIT Roorkela BTech Mechanical you will get 15,035 OHS. BNIT Nagpur BTech EEE you will get at 15,125. NIT Kurukshetra BTech Microelectronics and VLSI Design at 15,155. PEC Chandigarh BE Computer Science Engineering Data and Data Science 15,295. SVNIT Surat BTech Electronics and VLSI Engineering 15,467. Atal Bihari Vajpayee IIIT and Management Gwalior BTech and MBA IT 15,680. NIT Delhi BTech Electrical Engineering 15,718. NIT Warangal MSc Physics Integrated 15,971. Punjab Engineering College Chandigarh BTech Mathematics and Computing 16,059. BR Ambedkar NIT Jalandhar BTech EC 16,180. Remember, we're talking of 10,000 to 20,000 rank band is what we're looking at here when we list out all these things. Moving further, NIT Hamirpur BTech in Mathematics and Computing, this is a very good program, 16,238, highest closing rank. NIT Patna BTech AI and Data Science 16,537. Now, every time when I talk of this, now you need to make these choices. You know, if you see this BTech AI and Data Science has a very good prospect, but NIT Patna might not have a good prospect. So you might actually have to make a choice between these two of good college with a not so good branch versus a good branch with a not so good college. And that is the choice that you're making here, because a lot of people are able to use this for mechanical, civil and all, chemical there, whereas you could actually get some of these programs, Hamirpur and all, which are very good programs and also have very good assured placement percentages. NIT Raipur 16,763 for BTech IT. IIST Shibupur, BTech CS in Technology, 16,765. NIT Calicut, BTech Engineering Physics, 17,056. NIT Kurukshetra, BTech and MTech Electrical Engineering, 17,159. NIT Kurukshetra, BTech Electrical Engineering, 17,242. B.R. Ambedkar, NIT Jalandhar, BTech Electronics and VLSI Engineering, 17,244. NIT Tiruchirappalli, BTech Civil Engineering, 17,304. Further, NIT Patna, BTech and MTech Mathematics and Computing Technology, 17,348. This is a very good program again. Keep an eye on this program. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, IIIT and Management Gwalior, BTech Electrical and Electronics Engineering, 17,366. NIT Patna, BTech MTech CSC with specialization in data science. This is a very good program again, 17,439. So Patna seems to be going down because of the kind of audience that they have, right? NIT Warangal, BTech Chemical Engineering, 17,585. NIT Goa, BTech EC, 17,673. NIT Patna, BTech and MTech CSC with specialization in cyber security, 17,732. NIT Kurukshetra, BTech Industrial Internet of Things, 17,859. NIT Roorkela, BTech Chemical Engineering, 18,034. NIT Silchar, BTech EC is 18,068. NIT Andhra Pradesh, 18,183 for CSC. Now you see this, NIT AP enters with CSC at the highest closing of 18,183. And Andhra is supposed to be very, very good in computer science. All the students of Andhra go all over the place. The top rankers come from Andhra also, Andhra and Telangana. But this is the kind of thing because, and this is where you need to be using your cards very well because outside the home state, even at 18,000 rank, you get CS in a state like Andhra, which is very good. NIT Jamshedpur, BTech Electrical Engineering Honours, 18,345. NIT Uttarakhand, BTech CSC at 18,491. Again, CSC is coming in. And BITS Misra, this is a very, very good. BITS Misra is a good college. BTech and CS is very good program. 18,711, you still get this. NIT Hamirpur, BTech EC is 18,733. PDPM, IIIT Design and Manufacturing Jabalpur, BTech EC 18,809. Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, International Institute of IT, Naya Raipur, BTech CSC, you get it 18,851. IIIT Design and Manufacturing Kanchipuram, 19,069 for CSC. NIT Warangal, BSc Mathematics Integrated, 19,078. Again, a very good program if you want to be in research or you want to be in AI and those kind of things. SVNIT Surat, BTech Electrical Engineering, 19,406. NIT Calicut, BTech Mechanical is 19,452. IIST Shibupur, BTech IT is 19,531. IIIT Design and Manufacturing Kanchipuram, BTech CSC with major in AI, 19,533. NIT Puducherry Karaikal, BTech CSC is 19,758. MNIT Allahabad, BTech Mechanical is 19,897. NIT Durgapur, BTech Electrical Engineering is 19,972. And Birla Institute of Technology, Misra, BITS Misra is BTech Machine Learning is 20,008. Again, a very, very good program, right? So this is the 10,000 to 20,000 band is what I thought you must know. And remember the placement numbers that I showed you, the kind of strength of the placements based on the branch that I showed you across IITs, NITs and IIITs. It's a big choice that you need to make. So just be very careful about how you use your rank to get into a course which gets you the outcome and not a course that is popular where your relatives would want to say, you know, my son is studying in the best IIT and all, because the institution doesn't guarantee a job as much as the course would guarantee a job, because increasingly employers will come looking for professionals who've learned a certain thing. So that is very important for you. Thank you so much. Namaste.